We know that you need reviews to get more sales on Amazon, but how do you actually get those more views? Well, I am here today to share with you one of the newest products that I have found called Gemsy.io. It's a way for you to enjoy reading, and as an author, you know that we do, while at the same time getting your book reviewed by other authors and readers alike. You don't have to worry about running into issues with Amazon's policies. Okay? I cannot wait to dive in and show you this. But before we do, I'd love to ask you to drop down into the comments and tell me, what ways have you found lately to get more reviews? What has been really working for you? The more unhinged, the better. I cannot wait to read those things that are really working for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that more people can see the amazing resources that I have for you here in the Published Pearl. All right, let's get into it. Gemsy looks like. So to begin with, you go to Gemsy.io and you're going to come to a registration page. It's very simple and it starts with a 7-day free trial, which is actually enough for you to get several reviews right off the bat and make sure that this platform is truly going to work with you as a self-published author. Now, I already have an account, so I'm going to log in. And when you log in, you're going to see this page, which asks you to either add a book or up here at the top, you're going to see books you're reviewing, your library, your current books. So let's start off with my books. This is a book that my mother and I wrote, a devotional that we've had out for about 2 years now. And so I've added it. Notice that you see on moderation. That means that they're making sure that this is a book that can be reviewed. So they're taking a look at everything, making sure behind the scenes that you've included everything that a reviewer would need to review the book. Next, you can add a book. I'll go through that in just a second on how you actually will upload your book. But remember that the way this platform works is that you review other people's books and your book is out there to be reviewed. So that's where over here in this top right corner, you see those gems. That's where those gems are coming in. So let's go to the library where you are going to see a whole bunch of books. Now, wait, Carolyn, where are these books? This one is not in a language I speak. What do I do? Very simple. Go right here to Filter Marketplace. Go to whichever marketplace that you usually use. Of course, I'm here in Southern United States, so I would click on Amazon.com. I only speak English. My high school French has long since left me. And we're going to filter by genre. Let's say that I'm really interested in looking at religion and spirituality nonfiction books. Or maybe I need a mental break. I want to do some Sudoku. So I'm going to grab some Sudoku books to review. Whatever suits your fancy. There's also low content books that you can review, parenting and relationship. Literally think about this as going to the library and checking out a book that you're just going to agree to give a review for. So you're finding books that you would love already. You're also going to see that some of these books allow you to have a free download. You can grab the PDF and you can review it for free. Others are going to require a verified purchase. You can see these options up here at the top. So if I have Kindle Unlimited, I might pick some that are on Kindle Unlimited. This is actually one of my favorite options. If I'm willing to purchase these books, because I know that if I'm picking a book that I really want to read, I'm going to want to have it in my library, click on Verified Purchase. You will also notice, let me flip back just a second, the gems that you will get, the points you earn, for choosing a Kindle Unlimited book $1,500 versus a verified purchase, $2,100. You get a significant number more for a verified purchase, especially, look, $4.99 gets you 2,700 points versus $2.99 gets you 2,100. So they're being very fair in terms of giving you more points for books that you've spent more to purchase. And you can even filter by most gems. So which ones are going to get me the most gems? And would I be willing to pay that price to get those gems? And again, remember, you're also putting in your time and effort to read the book and give an honest review. Now, typically what comes up in this point is, well, Carolyn, what if I don't like the book? Well, if you don't like the book, you can, number one, decide not to review it and return the book to them, basically, and say, I'm going to cancel this review. Another thing that you can do is give an honest review that actually provides good feedback for the author and doesn't just sink them. Like, I would never write a review that just trashes an author or a book. As an author myself, I wouldn't want someone to do that to me, so I'm never going to want to do that to another author. However, if I'm reading the book and I really think that this is a book that I honestly would only give 1 or 2 stars to, I'm probably just going to cancel my review, refund those points that they gave me, and leave it at that. So that is a couple of ways that you can handle it. What I have found, though, people who are here genuinely looking for reviews, the quality of the books that you're going to find generally are pretty good. So I have not yet run into one where I was just like, oh my gosh, I do not want to deal with this book. This book is terrible. They're generally pretty good. But I have not always given 5 stars. There have been several that I have given 4 stars. One I think I even gave a 3-star to, but again was super kind in the comments, but genuine, and provided things in the comments that the author actually could improve upon their book and republish. So hopefully that will give them some truly good feedback on their book. So how do you decide that you're going to review? Well, let's go over here, because there was one actually in free that I was interested in. This one right here, Spiritual Warfare, Devotionals and Prayers, Emotional Healing for Women, a 30-day devotional. You know what? It's the beginning of December as I'm recording this, and I really actually want this book. So I'm going to grab it. And we can pick a book you can view on Amazon. All right, so I clicked pick the book. Notice there's that cancel assignment that I was telling you about. If you're finding that what they've said doesn't match with the book you actually have gotten, or the book didn't come through, or anything like that, you can actually report that issue to Gemsy.io. Usually over here, there will be a message to readers. Notice she says, please don't be too strict. This is my first book. Bless, I love authors like that because I love helping authors. So that makes me smile. All right. And then down here, it tells you what your assignment requires. Download the book on Gemsy. Okay. Amazon may not approve your review if you post it immediately after purchasing. This is true in general. Gemsy is following very carefully Amazon's review policies and being very careful that its readers and authors are following those policies as well. So when you purchase a book, you're actually expected to read it before you give a review. You do not want your reviewers grabbing your book and then saying, oh, this is great. That's not genuine. You want them actually reading and enjoying and engaging with your book. Why? They're going to give a better, more emotional review. And it's the emotional reviews that are going to drive your sales. That's our ultimate goal, both as authors and as those wanting to help authors by providing reviews. So what do you do? Okay, well, you click, you download, you actually read the book. That should take you several hours. So you're always going to build in a buffer of 12 to 24 hours minimum before you go and post your review. Notice Gemsy understands this. They're going to give you 5 days to review the book. and leave and submit it here back to Gemsy. So you're going to download that you've read the book. You're going to post your review on Amazon, again, with that delay. And then you're going to submit your review back here, okay? You're going to copy that link on Amazon, download the book, submit the review. They've got everything you need right here on this page, okay? Very simple process. Once you have chosen the book, you'll actually see your gems already reflected in your gem count. Now, you should be asking yourself right now, why do I need a gem count? Because it's gems that get your books up for others to review. So let's go to that stage. We're going to go over, again, we have my books, and let's say that I actually want one of my books reviewed. Then you're going to click on the book and mark it for review, okay? And that is going to then decrease your gem count. If you're wondering, well, Amazon doesn't allow us to do review for review. You're not doing that with this because you are picking books that you genuinely love and you are reviewing them. And the authors don't know who it is that is picking those books. They just have their book up there. They're asking for reviews. They have no way of knowing who it is that's going to pick their book. They are not being rewarded directly. You're not being rewarded directly by that author for picking their book. And then vice versa. If you are the author, you're not agreeing to review that person's book. You're just reviewing books, just like you want people to do for you. All right, now let's go back over here to add a new book. So I'm an author. I want to add a new book. The first thing you actually want to do is go over here to Amazon, go to your books, and pick one that you want reviewed. We already have First Steps of Faith. Let's do First Steps of Faith, Young Woman's Edition. If you'll scroll down, you're going to see product details. This is really where you're going to be looking. So in particular, we're going to need that ISN. So let's go ahead and grab it. And we're going to go back over here and drop that ISN. It stands for Amazon Identification Number. So we're going to provide the book's full title. Again, we can grab that from here. It's First Steps of Faith, Learning to Walk with Jesus, Young Woman's Edition. Provide the author. That would be me and my mom. Okay, so now we get to pick how we want people to interact. I don't have the ebook on Kindle Unlimited for this, but I do have an ebook and it is cheaper than the print copies. So instead of doing the verified print reviews or a standard where I give them the free copy, I'm going to actually ask for a verified purchase for an ebook. Now, keep in mind, you're probably going to have a harder time getting those reviews if you're not giving them the free version or they can grab it with Kindle Unlimited. You're asking them to purchase. However, you want people to purchase your book. So don't hesitate to pick this if you're willing to wait a little bit to get those reviews. So next step, you do need the book cover. Now, I don't have the book cover on this computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just save this image as First Steps Young Woman Edition. And then go back and drop it here. Perfect. Next step, provide the full URL. Go back to your Amazon, grab that up at the top, that full URL. You're going to choose the book's language. It's English. The main marketplace that you want it reviewed at, again, being in the Southern United States, I want Amazon.com. If you have the book on Goodreads, now this one is, but I'm going to leave off the link. You can add the Goodreads link here. And also you can pick the genre of your book. So let me move this a bit. There we go. Sorry, my face is in the way. All right, so next step. You need to enter the number of words. You might know the exact count. You know what? For this one, I don't. I'm going to put 30,000 because I do know that it is not a heavily worded book. It's a devotional, so there's a lot of questions with room to write. Also, there is a limit to the description size. So I'm going to grab this right here from my description because it's really the meat of the description. If you want this strong foundation, you need this Bible study. So that's the meat of the description. So that's the piece I'm going to grab. Also, because I have an Amazon author page, I'm going to grab this piece of my bio. Again, you need a short version. This is the meat of my bio. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to submit that for approval. And now I have both of these books here ready, waiting to be approved. When they're approved, you'll get a notification bell up here at the top, and you'll be able to begin asking for reviews and getting those reviews. Those reviews will actually show up directly on the Amazon page or the Goodreads page of your book. I really hope that you enjoy this process and are able to enjoy reading, which us authors love, as much as you have enjoyed writing the book. And by reading other people's amazing works, you actually will get rewarded with reviews on your own.